Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world right here at TAS TV. Join me, Lavin, Nyagowa, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then.
What's your name?
My name is Kevin Kakum.
Gitui Francis.
From which school?
Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
What did you learn while at TAS TV?
Improvement of my skills in graphics, such as motion graphics, video editing, photography, also communication skills.
Camera operations, video editing, and improved my skills in graphic design.
Would you recommend anyone?
Yes, nilikuwa hapa TAS, skills zangu zili improve on communication with fellow co-workers and teamwork when doing certain projects.
Yes, new skills in photography. Communication, I have built more in communications through interaction with other colleagues or people outside there.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your attachment at TAS TV?
7.
8.
Generally, what will you say about TAS TV?
Wow, it's amazing being here.
I think it's the best place to be. Yeah.
Good evening. It is the 2nd of February 2024. Welcome to today's news recap. My name is Lavin Nyagowa. Let me take you through what has been happening throughout this entire week. The National Council of Churches Kenya, NCCK, Jumuiya Hospitals and Saidika have united to aid financially strapped students unable to join Form 1 due to insufficient school fees. In an impactful move, they've initiated a program urging Kenyans to contribute just 1 shilling and 50 cents of their airtime by texting Elimu to 29888 via SMS.
Kenyans have the ability to actually donate at least 1 shilling and 50 cents, which is something that is very affordable for most of the people who are subscribed to Safaricom right now. And together with them, through this partnership, we believe that we can target the masses to at least be the solution that we need to see.
As a church, we are looking forward to a way that we can be assisted to support as many children through their education.
Ili kila mtoto akaweza kupata kusaidika pale mashinani.
If we want to have a better church tomorrow, the strength of the community, let's emphasize on education.
Ushirikiano wetu na Saidika. Kwa hivyo tungeomba wananchi kwa ule undogo wao tuweze kushirikiana katika huo mlandi.
Through that 1 shilling and 50 cents that we are going to contribute, many children, not only girls, even boys will benefit from this Saidika.
The regions will have a better and bigger share, meaning that the scholarships will be more than the current we are doing 7 or so.
How NCCK is spread out across the country, have a network of congregants and churches under their umbrella. How they've taken the approach towards providing this solution to those who are in need is purely from a network basis and from a basis whereby they interact with each and every community. They vet each and every person who needs this assistance.
A formal petition to remove Chief Justice Martha Koome has been submitted to the Judicial Service Commission. Kenyan activist Michael Kojo Otieno alleges Chief Justice Koome violated the law in appointing the Tax Appeal Tribunal, exceeding the recommended 15 to 20 members by appointing 22. Otieno calls for her removal, citing these alleged legal transgressions.
did not comply with the provisions, express clear provisions from prima facie evidence on recruitment of members at the Tax Appeal Tribunal. Whereas the powers which had been conferred upon the Chief Justice, she relied on an old law instead of a new law. While appointing the members to be at the Tax Appeal Tribunal, they should not be less than 15 and not more than 20. The Chief Justice appointed 22 members, which is contrary to the dictates of the law. Article 73A, which talks about public trust to be exercised in a manner that vests in the state officer the responsibility to serve the people rather than to rule over them. That one clearly indicates that if you've appointed more people than the expected number, then definitely you want to have power to rule over them. The preamble of the Judicial Service Code of Conduct Ethics based on Section 5.1 of the Public Officers Ethics Act number 4 of 2003 provides that the code is intended to establish standards of ethical conduct of judicial officers to be applied consistently with constitutional requirement. That is a legislation from Parliament, hence makes her unfit to hold public office.
Let's now head over to Laikipia. Laikipia Governor Joseph Irungu has urged parents in the county to ensure that all KCPE candidates who sat for exams last year have joined Form 1. Governor Irungu emphasized that no child should remain at home due to a lack of school fees. He disclosed that the Laikipia County government has allocated 70 million shillings for bursaries, with 60 million designated for primary and secondary schools and an additional 10 million allocated to technical institutions.
That as from Monday, we are going to disperse the bursary worth 75 million, divided into the 60 million is the money that is going to go to our secondary school, both day secondary school and boarding secondary schools. And again, the other 10 million will go to tertiary college and particularly vocational training centers. And I know we have been talking about this in terms of our vocational training, that anybody in our vocational training in the county, we are paying for the tuition for them.
Kwale County government has launched projects to enhance the basic structures of Diani and Kwale municipalities. The initiatives, including security lights, road construction, market stalls and public toilets, are estimated to cost 41 million Kenya shillings. Governor Fatuma Achani stated that the county government has invested over 150 million shillings just to improve the basic structures of Kwale and Diani.
Anzisha hapa market stalls ambazo tutazitengeneza na pia tutaweka kabro na drainage. Hii yote ni katika ile kuimarisha na kuboresha na kuinua hadhi ya Diani market.
Ajira za siku hizi zinatokea kwa mambo ya internet. Ni serikali inasimamia, wizara ndio ambayo inasimamia, watu vijana wawili wataandikwa kazi pale ambao ni hapa, lakini la muhimu ni zile kazi ambazo watu watafanya wapi pale.
Mama ukaona ni vyema ukanunua lile shamba na hukununua likiwa lako wala la mwanao, ukatujengea soko. Mama tunakushukuru. Sasa maisha ni rahisi, hata kama sina fare na katakata huyu mwenye mishomoro naenda za sokoni kakote mihogo na zangu toka tena.
Tulikuja hapa pakiwa peupe kabisa, hakuna mjengo wote, na saa hii tunatarajia kutumia maji yalichimbwa. Tunashukuru.
Kwale town imebadilika, Kwale inang'ara, Kwale inavutia, na mradi huu ukiisha watakuja watu kutoka mbali wanasema wanaenda Kwale kuangalia mandhari.
Away from that, the Court of Appeal has denied an extension for the government's 1.5 housing levy, ruled unconstitutional by the lower court. The levy, designed to fund affordable housing, was implemented through a finance law in June alongside increased taxes. Despite initial permission, the court's decision discontinues the collection of the controversial levy. Antonio Gechi with more details.
Solidarity forever. The Court of Appeal has declined to suspend the High Court order that declared the house levy as unconstitutional. In a ruling delivered on Friday, appellate court judges Lydia Achode, John Mativo and Paul Gashoka cited public interest in the matter, underscoring the High Court ruling that the housing levy was introduced without a legal framework. The trial court held that the housing levy was introduced without a legal framework. It also held that the levy was targeting a section of Kenyans. The judges added public interest tilts in favor, awaiting the determination of issues raised in the intended appeals.
So all public universities should not make a mistake of deducting housing levy on university workers. If you try, that will be the beginning of the mother of all strikes.
Demand all house levy deductions to be refunded with interest immediately. We demand the costs to be respected by the employers just like the employees do. Any employer, person or entities who deduct this illegal tax from the worker's salary will bear individual responsibility.
I want to put lecturers on the lookout. Check your pay slips. If you see this illegal deduction this month, go out and strike. All public employees who are affiliates of TUC, can you check your pay slips? If you see this illegal deduction, go out and we shall lead you and we strike and paralyze services.
In the November last year, the High Court judge ruled that the petition failed, challenging the Finance Act 2023 violated Article 10, Section 2A of the Constitution. The levy, a cardinal pillar in the Finance Act, started being deducted from formerly employed Kenyans in July, with the Kenya Revenue Authority KRA mandated as the collecting agent. Employees have been remitting their 1.5% contribution alongside a similar rate of their employees as well. Government has cited that the unwelcome deduction would enable them to achieve their ambition plan of constructing affordable homes of low-earning Kenyans.
Ndio nilikuwa nasema mahakama iko sawa kusimamisha hiyo mambo ya kukatwa hiyo kodi ya nyumba. Juu for instance, ile nyumba ya chini ni ya 3 million. Then uweke 10% deposit. Si ni 1,300. Aya. Tuseme utafanyia gafa kazi for 20 years. Na ile pesa kidogo unakatwa ya nyumba ni 1,000. Within 1 year, hiyo ni 12,000. Ukimultiply by 20,000, hiyo ni rate ya 200,000 na kitu. Uende retire. Na hiyo pesa utarudishiwa. Sasa wewe pesa yako imepotea na una nyumba.
Hakuna mahali utaniambia umechukua shilingi 300 ama 200 kwangu, una expect kujenga nyumba. Kwanza hii nyumba kuna mwenye atafaidika naye na mwenye hatafaidika naye. Kitu wangefanya, wangesaidia hao maintenance ama wenye wanamiliki hizo manyumba, kuwapatia vitu za subsidies, wajenge manyumba zao, alafu wapunguze gharama ya mtu kuishi kwa nyumba wenyewe. Ilhali saa hii nyumba hata haitatutosha. Hii Kenya tuko wengi sana. Hakuna mahali utaniambia sisi wote tumekuja mtaa kusaka job na expect tuishi kwa nyumba ya serikali. Kwa mfano saa hii so far sijana nyumba ya serikali imejengwa na hii pesa ya housing levy. Hii manyumba tunasikia huenda kupiga picha manyumba za watu. For saa hii hiyo pesa haijakaa kwa muda wa kikata like 3 months ama 4 months. Na ukiona ile picha saa zile manyumba alitoa, nyumba ni kama imejengwa like 1 year ago.
Ningesema na support mambo na koti. Cause hii mambo ya kujenga manyumba hata last government ilikuwa na hiyo program. Hizo pesa zenye last government ilikuwa inapeana kwa kazi kwa vijana kwa mtaani, si ndio? Kuna kazi kwa vijana ilikuwa inaendelea last government. Hii serikali ingetumia hiyo pesa yenye ilikuwa inatumika kwa kazi kwa vijana last term. Itumie hizo pesa kujenga hizo affordable houses.
Okay, mimi kwangu ile kitu yenye naweza penda kusema, kama mahakama imekataa mambo na hiyo housing levy, pia kama president vile anasukuma hiyo mambo ikue, ni vizuri waandamane na koti, because kama koti kama imekataa ni kuoneshana hiyo ni kitu yenye itakuja kuumiza wananchi, na wananchi wenyewe hawafurahi juu hiyo kitu. Cause kitu kama ni mbaya, wacha isemekane ni mbaya kuliko ufosi watu kufanya kitu na hiyo kitu haitasaidia wananchi. Unajua hakuna wakati unaweza sema ati pale kuna mkate na unataka kupea watoto wako na watoto wako hawapati hiyo mkate. Naelewa. So ile kitu yenye mimi naweza sema kama koti imekataa, tuende na hiyo tu nini. Hiyo iko sawa, hiyo kitu iachane nayo kwa sababu haitasaidia kila mtu. Kwa hata hizi nyumba zikijengwa, wale watu wenye wanataka hizo nyumba ni wengi sana, lakini sasa wenye watapata ni watu kadhaa. Unaweza enda upate maybe ni like 10% of the people who ndio watapata, lakini 90% hawatazipata.
Those are views from Kenyans, where many have supported the idea of housing levy that was passed by the Court of Appeal, where they termed the housing levy as unconstitutional. Reporting for TAS TV from Thika, Kiambu County, my name is Anton Ogechi.
Well, with that, we head on a very short commercial break, but guys, remember we still have more for you, so stay put and see you in a bit.
Welcome to TAS Media Institute, the home of undiscovered talents. You will be trained by professionals who have a passion in what they do. Do not be left behind. Enroll now and become a pioneer of TAS Media Institute. We are located at Neema Plaza, second floor along Kenyatta Highway in Thika Town.
Life can sometimes take unexpected turns, and this family's story is no exception. When a gas explosion completely changed the course of their living, Mr. Joseph Lual and his family have been forced to face unimaginable hardships. But even in this phase of adversity, they have managed to persevere with so much resilience. And as the saying goes, adversity introduces you to yourself. Let's get the story of Mr. Joseph and his family.
So welcome to the first episode of Brain Busters. My name is Mwangi Dominic. Leo tuko barabara ya MKU, tunauliza maswali tatanishi.
At TAS Media Institute, we let you discover your talent.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for choosing TAS TV. Now, still on the housing levy, the project has faced another setback as NESCAL now demands a strategic environmental assessment. In a recent development, NESCAL expressed its concerns about environmental distractions and calls for an assessment before any further project advancement. Derek with more details.
The housing project suffers a big blow as the Court of Appeal rules out on housing levy. Ruto threatens to appeal court's decisions and says that the project must continue. Ruto also adds that the houses would help the homeless obtain a home. NESCAL has demanded for a strategic environment assessment. They've questioned of where the houses will be set, where the materials would come from, and how the project would impact the environment. The NESCAL members also questions of where those who will be relocated would settle. They add that such a huge project would tamper with the wildlife habitat since timber would be required and on a very high rate, thus the reason to demanding for a strategic environment assessment.
Which the society in Kenya is under at the moment. Then people tend to overexploit natural resources, such as wood for charcoal and bush meat. You'll find that parks are in trouble if people become poorer. They'll hunt. Because they can't afford meat in the butchery, they'll go and hunt for zebra and hunt for gazelle, and therefore destroy our natural heritage. We're also saying that Kenya has been at the forefront of championing climate change mitigation and adaptation measures. You saw a few weeks ago or a few months ago, the whole of Africa was here talking about climate change at the Africa Climate Change Summit. Then we also went and participated in the Conference of Parties in Dubai, in the Emirates. And we've been championing climate change mitigation and adaptation measures, including reduction of dependence on traditional energy sources and environmental restoration through the 15 billion planning initiative. The affordable housing program, if not sustainably managed, will negate the efforts made in the achievement of the commitments on climate change. The CSOs here are expressing concern regarding the composition of the board, of the proposed board of the Affordable Housing Board, and it lacks representation from key stakeholders such as Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, and marginalized groups. We don't see on the board groups like vulnerable groups or people living with disabilities. The board seems to be elitist. We're also saying that we're proposing a robust monitoring and evaluation framework to track the environmental impact of the affordable housing bill over time, ensuring that the intended positive outcomes are realized. Mid and end-year evaluation in the form of trace surveys shall ensure impacts are mitigated against and lessons from each housing scheme are adopted in future projects. Well, quite recently, people were threatened with eviction from Kericho, the Talai clan, who have lived in that area perhaps for 200 years. They are now being told, you should move out and we shall put up affordable housing here. Where are these people moving? And wherever they move to, how will they survive there? They're likely to move to the Mao forest and cause damage. This is what I'm just imagining, that if I'm evicted from my house and I don't know where to go, I might just end up in a government forest. Yeah. So we can see the likelihood of...
National Assembly files notice of appeal against housing tax rejection. Speaker Moses Wetangula says intention is to appeal entire court's decision. Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Derek Mosioki.
Second Lady Pastor Dorcas Rigathi has criticized religious organizations for silence on youth affected by alcoholism and substance abuse. Addressing clergy members in Kiambu County, she alleges that many religious leaders are aware of individuals involved in drug distributions but choose to remain silent. Pastor Dorcas has urged the church to actively speak out against the sale and distribution of harmful substances.
Unafikiri ni mara ngapi amekuja akiangalia sisi kama kanisa, tukiona yale mambo yanaendelea kwa nchi yetu tukinyamaza? Wengine wanasema hatutaki kusema kwa sababu serikali itafunga kanisa. Kanisa ni gani ambaye haiwezi kuendeleza neno la Bwana na ukweli wake na kwenda huko nje na kuambia maovu ni maovu? Kama kitu ni kiovu ni sin is sin, and you must call it sin. You cannot keep quiet. People are selling poisons. The church knows. Even my brothers, you also know. People are selling bangi and they are killing our children. Wale watoto wote wako huko kwa gata mnayoita chokora Nilisema mbadilishe hiyo majina, muwaite watoto wa Pastor Dorcas. Kama hamuna jina lingine, please call them my children. Don't call them anything else. I am sure hata wewe mtu angekuita hivyo ungefurahi. And every name umepatiana iko na nguvu ya kufanya huyo mtoto kuwa hivyo. So we must change our mindset and our language. When you speak and address my children, don't call them drug addicts. Call them our children, our good children. And your words, maneno yenu, itaanza kubadilisha watoto wetu na maisha yao na destiny zao. And especially as who God has called to take care as shepherds and watchmen in our time. There is no way a shepherd will name the sheep the wrong thing.
Elsewhere in Kericho, a clash has erupted as contracted medics demand permanent employment and benefits. Approximately 800 contract-hired healthcare professionals, mainly nurses, took to the streets to protest against Governor Eric Mutai's administration, urging him to fulfill promises made to secure their permanent employment with pension benefits.
We are healthcare workers on contract terms. We've been living on promises of PNP, permanent and pensionable, for a very long time. Most of us have been on contract for 8 years, 6 years, from 2016. It's quite frustrating. And again, some of our plights include, we want him to equalize our pay. Some of us are badly paid, poorly paid, and yet we work in the same conditions with our counterparts on PNP terms. We are tired of these promises. Every other time, he's telling us on Monday. We understand that our money was allocated for being confirmed for permanent basis, yet we have not received any communication from him. Another issue from this office is because we don't even get any communication. He is our leader. He should be able to sit us down and tell us what we should expect and when he's going to honor our plight.
And we have been frustrated. We have been threatened. Imagine you are threatening a healthcare worker. Is that even logical? Is it logical? Really? My colleague, is it logical? No. So, I encourage all of you, we will be here until our PNP terms are met. Modus operandi of an oppressor is that they will threaten you. They will try to put you down. But, my friends, let's not back down. Let's go for what rightfully ours.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's news recap, but it's that time to get a little entertained and learn something. Let's get brainbusters from our very own Anthony Ombogechi.
Mambo vipi and welcome to our Brain Busters. My name is Anton Ombuyogechi. Mambo vipi, unaitwa nani?
Mimi naitwa Graphite Polo Boy, bongo musician.
Mambo vipi, unaitwa nani?
Salama sana, mimi ni Overkama Kitavi.
Sasa nataka utamke ile jina nyuma yangu haraka haraka. Fish si shida.
Say, hold up.
Fish si shida. Fish, hey, fish, ay, madhiya jire.
Fish si shida, tamka haraka.
Fish si shida.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Nataka urudie nyuma yangu. Fish si shida mara 4.
It's about to go down.
Fish si shida mara 4.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Fish si shida mara 4. Fish si shida mara 4. Fish si shida mara 4. Fish si shida mara 4.
Nataka urudie hivi nyuma yangu. Fish si shida. Fish si shida.
Pardon.
Who are you?
Fish si shida. Fish si shida. Fish si shida. Haraka haraka mara 4.
Say, hold up.
Fishi si shida, fishi si shida, fishi si shida, fishi si shida.
Fishi si shida, rudia mara 4 hivyo.
It's about to go down.
Fishi si.
Yeah. Fishi si shida, fishi si shida, fishi si shida, fishi si shida.
John, nataka useme hivi nyuma yangu. Fishi si shida, fishi si shida, fishi si shida.
Artificial si shida, fishi si shida, fishi si shida.
Umeenda pale kwa mzungu alafu unamwambia kunyoe kipara. Labda kunyoa kipara unaweza kumuexplainiaje kwa Kiingereza?
Wait a minute.
Cut me here loud.
Umeenda kwa mzungu alafu umemwambia kunyoa kipara. Kunyoa kipara labda kwa Kizungu unaweza semaje?
Cut me in the road of it.
Umeenda pale kwa mzungu alafu umemwambia kunyoa kipara. Kunyoa kipara kwa Kizungu unaweza kusema namna gani?
It's about to go down.
Shave me parang. Shave me parang.
Nozi pia ukapata mzungu na unataka kunyoe kipara. Unaweza kumwambiaje kipara kwa Kiingereza?
Jordan, number 1.
Oh my God! Wow!
Umeenda pale labda kwa kinyozi alafu unataka unyolewe kipara. Kipara kwa Kiingereza unaweza sema unyolewaje?
Hey, y'all come look at this. Unaona, mimi kitu ya kwanza, mimi nikienda kwa kinyozi huwa naenda kwa kinyozi, siwezi enda kunyolewa kinyozi kwa nini ati niende ninyolewe hivyo. Lazima nifanyiwe design kwa sababu siwezi taka kunyolewa design nyingine.
Umepeleka ule boyfriend yako pale kwa kinyozi, lakini kwa bahati mbaya ukapatana na mzungu na unataka anyolewe kile kipara. Kipara labda kwa Kiingereza unaweza kumwambia mnyoe namna gani?
Hey, y'all come look at this.
Amnyoe. Bald head.
Umepeleka chali yako kwa kinyozi, alafu umepatana na mzungu ndiye ananyoa na unataka huyu chali yako anyolewe kipara. Labda unaweza kuambiaje ule mzungu amnyoe kipara?
Wait a minute.
Would you shave him bald?
Kipara. Sini bald.
Not count your eggs before they hatch. Niandike kwa Kiswahili.
Usihesabu mayai yako kabla hayajakongoa.
Yesu!
Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Niandike kwa Kiswahili.
Usihesabu mayai kama haijategwa.
Jesus is Lord.
That marks the end of our Brain Busters. Join me next time. My name is Anton Ombui Ogechi.
Baba yetu aliye mbinguni, jina lako litukuzwe, ufalme wako uje, litakalo lifanyike duniani kama mbinguni. Utupe dumu zetu za Kiafrika, kwa maana wewe ni mwaminifu wetu, hakuna mwingine kama yeye. Utukufu wako naleta kwako Baba, hakuna mwingine kama yeye. Injili yako inatumizwa kwa sababu wewe ni mwaminifu kwetu, hakuna mwingine kama yeye. Utukufu ni kwako Baba, yeye ni mwaminifu. Gutiri ugihana tawe Mwathani. Jesu ndakuhoya na ndetikia na ndahoya na ndetikia. Amen, amen, amen. Tondu hena angi nao matanokera muthenya wa muthi, matinona muthenya wa muthi, hawajona siku ya leo. Nawe Bwana niwe mwaminifu wetu na tunasema amina, amina.
Haya sema.
Kwa runinga ya Tash ninaitwa John Mwirori Nduta, Tan Africa Studios.
Well, I hope you had fun learning something from that amazing segment. Thank you so much, Katoni, for that very specific entertainment. And with that, we come to the end of today's news recap. We meet same time, same place next week. My name is Lavin Nyagowa, and this has been TAS TV News Recap.
What's your name?
My name is Kevin Kakum.
Kitui Francis.
From which school?
Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
What did you learn while at TAS TV?
Improvement of my skills in graphics, such as motion graphics, video editing, photography, also communication skills.
Camera operations, video editing, and improved my skills in graphic design.
Would you recommend anyone?
Yes, nilikuwa hapa TAS, skills zangu zili improve on communication with fellow co-workers and teamwork when doing certain projects.
Yes, new skills in photography. Communication, I have built more in communications through interaction with other colleagues or people outside there.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your attachment at TAS TV?
7.
8.
Generally, what will you say about TAS TV?
Wow, it's amazing being here.
I think this is the best place to be. Yeah.